In this session, I'm going to run you through how to create your base plate layouts with your Power ProStructures. Now the key to being able to create a base plate plan automatically out of ProStructures is that we need to create all these base plates as an automatic connection. There's two options within ProStructures. There's the DSTV base plate and the general base plate. Both will give you an automatic base plate connection, and we have the logical link that's created between all these base plates, and that allows us to get a detail. Now you can see here I've created one on the stairs, and we're going to do this other one later. I'm just going to copy this one over, and I'm going to show you the different results that we get from it. So right now, let's go out to the 2D Detail Center, and I'll show you what we've got to do. So the first thing we're going to have to do is, in my build, I have a detail style loaded specifically for creation of base plates there. So if you've got my build, now ProSteel Standard will also give you the one you're after, but we'll load this one in. But mine's probably fine-tuned just that little bit more. I've got a specific one for it. And we go to our views in our browser, and you can see we've got an anchor plan there. That is a standard view that's available to us. It'll be in all models, and we're just going to drag and drop. In this instance, I'm just going to preview it. Okay, so just select right click, and I'll preview just to show you the result rather than create 2D. So what we'll end up with, this is your standard base plate plan. It'll show you your column with dimensions and holes and so forth. Now this is my output out of my build. So we have our holes, dimensions, and grids, and it will show the base plate as well as having the column or piece of steel that's attached to it. So you can see here I've got one side, but I don't have the other side here because there was no intelligent logical link for a base plate on that side there, so nothing showed. All right, so the important thing is we do need to have a base plate. That the key is automatic base plate command. So if I were to draw exactly the same object in here like so, we aren't going to get a result from that. Okay, so I could drop a base plate in and hack and butcher, and even though it's the same as the other one, it hasn't been created through a logical link like this one has. Okay, because it hasn't been created with a logical link, we're not going to get a result from it. Okay, if we were to copy this guy over, so I'm just going to copy it from here, and I'm just going to drop it on the other side, just to give you an example. Now I'm not even going to group this. Okay, all I've done is copied it. All right, let's go back and have a preview of this, just to show you what we're going to get. Just come out and preview that again. And you can see that we end up here with a base plate now. That's because it's a base plate from an automatic connection. Okay, so the key is to have that automatic connection. But this sort of works for us a little bit, the ability to be able to copy stuff around and so forth as well. So you can see here we don't have that other stringer in. I'll show you how to get this other stringer. Okay, so we're going to drop back out of here, and I need a logical link between that base plate and that stringer. So if I was to manually create that base plate, okay, or rather to copy that base plate, I would need to create a manual link. So I'm going to add manual link between the base plate to the stringer. Okay. Now, even though that wasn't an automatic connection there, and I've copied an automatic connection over, I've created a manual link between the two. Now, if we go back and we have a preview of this guy, drop out to here, go to views and preview, we should get our stringer as well. Okay, now ideally I would have done just an automatic connection, but I just want to show you a couple of ways that we can, a couple of little outs that we can have for this. All right, so you can see we've got our stringer there because we had a manual connection, a manual link, a logical link between the two. All right, now sort of where this comes into play, where I'm going with this is if we were to draw an SHS column, now this is pretty common where we've got like an L-shaped base plate on it. So I'm just going to drop in a SHS here, just to sort of so you know what I'm talking about. We'll drop in a L-shaped base plate. Well, initially what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a standard base plate on it. Okay, I'll just run through my template, and I'll just grab a template here, just to be a little bit more realistic. Okay, so if I wanted an L-shaped base plate, I put in an automatic connection like what I've done there, and I'm going to chop this cleat in half and then copy this side over. Okay, I'm going to swing that other side around or copy rotate. Okay, and that's how we'll get our L-shaped cleat there because we've used a logical link. Okay, so try that guy on and see how you go with that.